we've been artificially divided into small states. The famous Berlin Conference.
Many countries in the world experience imperialism when they were taken over by a more powerful country. According to general research, the main motive for imperialism was to obtain and control a supply of raw materials for industries. This meant that a weaker country or state with abundant natural resources would be colonized at some point.
Et que c'est par la lutte qu'elle a été conquise. Une lutte dans laquelle nous n'avons ménagé ni nos forces, ni nos privations, ni nos souffrances, ni notre sang. Nous avons connu le travail harassant, exigé en échange de salaires de misère. Nous avons connu les ironies, les insultes, les coups que nous devions subir matin, midi et soir parce que nous étions des nègres.
In the late 18th century, life in Europe and America changed dramatically. Revolutions in America and France ushered in a new political order. The Industrial Revolution in the Great Britain modernized farming, the processing of raw materials, and manufacturing of goods. Later, industrialization spread to Europe and to the United States of America. Economic progress came at the cost of rapid urbanization and social problems. Industrialization also influenced political change. Britain developed into a democracy as a result. It has also created a huge amount for raw materials and led to colonizations in Africa and Asia for these raw materials. Industrialization and technological progress boosted European and American confidence, national pride, one may say. They became convinced that they were superior. World imperialism comes from the term empire. Imperialism refers to the practice of domination of one country by another in order to expand territory, power, and influence. This usually is carried with the idea of cultural superiority on the part of imperialists, judging the way of life, traditions, and beliefs of those colonized as inferior and worthy of replacement. Towards the end of the 19th century, however, and during the 20th century, most African countries were under colonial rule except for Liberia and Ethiopia. Colonial rule refers to the conquest and capture of foreign territories in order to expand power. Colonization of African countries by European powers like Britain and France used to protect their trade ambitions and led to the exploitation and the regression of the African continent. The Berlin Conference of 1884, which regulated European colonization and trade in Africa, is usually referred to as the starting point of the scramble of Africa.
Divided into small states.
Between 1881
the
and
famous
1914,
Berlin Conference,
the top 10%
1884.
of Africa that was under formal European control in 1870 increased to almost 90% by 1914.
It's interesting, we heard from the Minister of DRC. What's wrong
Well,
with your
despite a range of natural resources, Africa is least wealthy. the continent per capita in income, partly due to geographical impediments, legacies of European colonization in Africa, as well as the Cold War, predatory neocolonialistic activities by Western nations and China, the undemocratic and deleterious policies. Despite this low concentration of wealth, recent economic expansions, and a large young population make Africa an important economic market in the broader global context.
This is the School of Life TV1 presenting
A été conquise. Une lutte dans laquelle nous n'avons ménagé ni nos forces, ni nos privations, ni nos souffrances, ni notre sang. Nous avons connu le travail harassant, exigé en échange de salaires de misère. Nous avons connu les ironies, les insultes, les coups que nous devions subir matin, midi et soir parce que nous étions des nègres.